Take All is a film about a 1986 group of young kids who don't like what's on the radio and don't like what corporate America is putting down, and decide to try to find their own style of music. And they go out on the road to play to small clubs. They make their own records and press them themselves and try to get their own movement started. And it's something that that right now is very actually typical to a lot of people on Facebook and young people who are trying to do their own thing. And so I wanted to make a film that would celebrate that spirit.
I was an executive in the record business in the 80s, which is the time that the movie takes place. So I did all the tours, I saw all the bands, I worked at a record company. I wanted to get involved because I love the music. For me, it's all music and story. If there's a good story and the music's great, I want to be there.
Roger Rawlings and Ed Braden, they had been in a band together in the 80s, a smallish indie band, and they had written a script. They got to my writing partner, Wynn Kozlik. Roger Rawlings is his film professor at SCAD, and Wynn and I had always wanted to write something together and work together, and they brought it to us. It didn't end up sort of working out as they had it, but we just sort of took that as a leaping off point.
We've always been fans of this music. I think probably we at least myself, I always kind of, I guess sort of maybe, wished I were in a band, or, never sort of acted on that creative impulse, but did with filmmaking and screenwriting.
We went through a lot of different drafts. I mean, we, sort of started from scratch with it, and, went through a lot of incarnations of the script. So that's the toughest part, I think, is actually getting a finished script. And it's kind of never ending. Like we're, up until, we're about to finish shooting, and we're still, we'll still tinker with it. It's never done.
It's a film that celebrates a particular type of independent spirit, and it's an independent creative spirit which is not directly connected to the industry, the corporate industry specifically. In this country, it's very hard to find anything that's not directly connected to corporate sponsorship. And we have a thing in America that we're a very creative country. Our individuals are very creative. And when they don't get established or they don't get picked up by corporations, people have to do it themselves.
Well, if you're going to do a music project, you have to come to Memphis. Just the history of it, the culture, I think it inspired our actors to do better and perform more, and the ambiance, it sort of rubbed off on everybody. And, they all went to the Stax Museum, and they all went to the Rock and Soul Museum, and they just were at Beale Street all night in the clubs, and so it all became a part of them, and that now becomes a part of the movie. So it's a whole kind of process where the environment becomes part of the story as well. So Memphis is part of our movie. It's great.
Great thing about Memphis is that it's got the best film commissioner in the world, the best film commission in the world. I've made shot movies in 38 states in the United States and 12 countries, foreign countries. And when you go into a place that you're not familiar with and you want to drop in a company to make a film which has very specific demands, you need a film commission that can really work its magic with all of the local infrastructure to make them understand and make them help the film get made. And there's very few commissioners that really understand and have the power to make things happen. And the key is having a commissioner that's fully integrated in the community, that has already made its arguments to the community as to why film is valuable, not only for tourist reasons, but for financial reasons, as well as employment reasons. And a lot of times film commissioners come and go every couple of years, and they don't have that backing, and they're learning their way, and then they have to leave the job. So Memphis has a great film commission in Lynn Sittler and Sharon Fox O'Gwen that are very well experienced, as well, very well rooted into the community, and they can make things happen. It's a great place to film.